So guys, once again, I want to welcome everyone on the call. We are so blessed to have you today. I know probably you're asking yourself, how is the session of today going to look like? You know, probably inviting someone who is not yet here, but I want you to put in your 100% focus in the present moment, all right? Your 100% focus. And one of the things we always do at Solavis Tech is that we treat everybody as though we're talking to 1 million people. So if we have one person in front of us, right, we treat you like we're talking to 1 million persons. Why? Because we believe that through you, there is a huge number of people that can be impacted. All right. So my name is Samba Utavis. I'm a medical doctor who later transitioned into tech and now leveraging in IT as well as in tech at the same time. And usually I love to start by sharing where I come from, you know, and why I do what I do. I tell people you need people in your life, you need the right people. Number two, you need the right platforms, right? And number three, you need the right programs. Okay. A lot of people are good at what they do, but they struggle a lot because probably they don't have the right platforms to shine. A lot of people probably are struggling a lot in their different career areas. Why? Because they don't have the right platforms, okay, and the right programs that can connect to, as well as the right people that can connect them to opportunities. So no matter how good you are at what you do, no matter how good at the different areas you find yourself in, you need these key components in your life. That's the reason why I don't want you to treat this session of today just like any other session, guys. I know probably you've attended many programs online, offline, you've been invited to seminars here and there, but I don't want you to treat this particular seminar or this particular event just like any other event. I want you to treat every moment of your life with maximum importance. Ask yourself this question. If the session of today, if this event of today was supposed to be the only event that has the potential to transform your life, if this session of today was the only session that has the possibility, the power to move your career to the next level, how will you treat it? If this session of today has the potential of you exchanging contacts with someone who has the ability to move your career to the next level, how will you treat this particular event of today? So each time I go to an event, each time I go to a program, each time I go to attend any session, I treat it with that much importance because I've come to understand that in life, the people that you have in your life, the contacts that you have in your life is what you need to advance your career. And the person that will take your career to the next level lies in the next phone contact you are about to have. Guys, I don't want you to treat this event of today like any other event because the potential out of this event is mind-blowing. I have seen it, it has happened in my life, and it keeps on happening every now and then. That's why I don't joke when it comes to events. Even if I'm the only person in the hall, I ask myself this question: why am I here? You see, one man said the greatest reason why people are stuck in life is because they don't know where they are going to. They don't have a strong why. But if you have a strong why, you get into a room, right? You cut off all distractions and you tell yourself, I am here in the present moment and I want to get the maximum out of this particular moment that can move my life to the next level. Guys, I want to assure you that this event of today was organized for just one person. It wasn't organized for a multitude. The information went out there to so many persons, all right? But then it was intended for one person. I don't know who that person is. It could be you. You could tell yourself that this event is for me, right? But I know so well that it has been well crafted for someone particular. And I believe that by the end of this session today, you'll be able to tell yourself if this was actually for you and how would you make it work for you. Do you have expectations? Do you have expectations, guys? Drop in the chat. Let me know where you're joining from. Just drop in the chat. Where are you joining from? I'm hosting this all the way from Cameroon. Drop in the chat, guys. Let's know where you're joining from. And if you can be on camera, that would be super, super amazing. Thank you so much for always joining in. Captain Noah, we are so blessed to have you. Each time we see you on the call, I mean, it gives us the drive to keep doing what we're doing, to keep impacting our communities, because this is the only intangible asset that we have that we can share with our communities, right? Information. We can break down information into two, right? Informing your actions. Once you get informed, it will influence your actions. Welcome, Samba Priestley from Cameroon. Welcome, Emmanuel from Ghana. We're blessed to always have you. We've had you several times, right, on our programs. Welcome, Prof. Eric. Welcome, Oduro from Ghana. Good to have you. Welcome, Jamin from Cameroon. Good to have you. Welcome, Yannick from Cameroon. Guys, the event of today promises to be a special one. And one of the reasons why it promised to be a special one is because we would be having to hear from someone who did not just, jump to the top, guys, but someone who has been able to walk through the path, success. I would say success is not a destination, right? Success is a journey of constant improvement, a journey of constant quest for knowledge, a journey of constant quest for more. Every successful person on earth that we know, and success, I would say, is subjective, right? Different people have different definitions for success, and each and every one of us has our own individual definition for success. But then, one of the definitions that I really love is the definition of, that quest in constant self-actualization, right, of a worldwide goal, right? That actualization, that conscious actualization of a worldwide goal. The moment you achieve a goal, a new goal in your life, you find the need, you find the urge to even move further and even achieve more, right? So you are constantly hungry for more. And that's one key characteristic of successful persons. And right here we have Dr. Joybert, who is a business analyst, an agile coach, a Surface Scrum Master, LinkedIn Top Voice, and one of the highly sought after speakers from Cameroon, but currently in the US, guys. And as we speak, he has coached, trained, and mentored, hundreds to thousands of people across the globe. And it was so difficult to be able to secure a spot with him on this event. But when I reached out to him, I told him, I said, Doc, there are people who are definitely hungry in my network. And I know the value that you bring to different communities. And we would be so blessed to leverage from your wealth of knowledge. And would it be possible for you to make out time, to be able to share with this community, right? It's true, the community that I've worked closely with, but then over some time, I thought it wise that it would be great to have you on board. It would be great to equally have you share your wealth of knowledge, to be able to share your experience with them. And he said, why not? Definitely. I would love to join in. And guys, why do I look at, people coming to share their experiences? Why do we look at people coming to, to give out this knowledge? And someone dropped a message in one of our forums yesterday, as a feedback of our previous sessions. Probably if you're joining for the first time, I want to say you're very, very welcome. And he shared on the chat, right? He said, it's fascinating to know that we are doing this for free, right? It's so fascinating that he was able to go through one of our sessions, one of our recordings, and the amount of value he was able to get from there, was mind-blowing for him to come to the conclusion that we are doing all of this for free. And you see, the reason why most people won't value free knowledge is because, when it's free, they don't really value it, right? And when people actually pay, they pay attention. You can write this down. when people pay for knowledge, they pay attention. So the reason why most people will not value free things, right, is because they didn't commit to it, right? It doesn't pain them. But when you actually commit, for knowledge, when you actually commit to get value, you would actually value it. And every successful person that I know, I've read in books, I've attended programs, every successful person I know in their sphere of life, actually pay for expert knowledge. And so if you're able to have an expert join you, if you're able to have an expert share with you on the program, you would not want to miss out on that. Even though you may be joining in for free, you probably want to give in the maximum respect that the program entails. And like I said, just imagine that you were supposed to have a chat. Just imagine you're supposed to have an encounter with the president of USA. Just imagine you're supposed to have an encounter with Barack Obama. Just imagine you're supposed to have an encounter with maybe Elon Musk. Just imagine you're supposed to have an encounter with somebody who was going to change your life, was supposed to move your life to the next dimension. How would you treat that particular encounter? How would you treat that particular session? Imagine you were supposed to pay for that value, right? How will you treat it? So guys, it is with that mindset I want us to be focused on this call. And there's somebody who is joined on the call. Please, if you can kindly rename your device's iPhone, we would like to identify you by your name, right? So if it's possible for you to rename your device, that would be so amazing. So we can address you as iPhone. We would love to address you by your name. And those who can be on camera, guys, it will be so amazing to have you, turn your cameras. In the next few minutes, we will be having a wonderful interactive session. We will be having a wonderful conversation. And I would want you guys to be as active as possible. You can be in the chat. If you have questions, you can raise up your hand. If you have feedbacks, you can raise up your hand and we'll be able to, call you on board to pick up the mic and share with us. And like we always say, feel free, guys. Feel free to be able to express your views. Feel free to be able to connect with people. Feel free. It is on platforms like this that you start building, your network. For some people, right, I've come across many people who are so good at what they do, but what is killing them from advancing is fear. Fear. And I give fear as an acronym, which could mean, face everything, and rise, or face everything and run. You can face everything and rise as well as you could face everything and run, right? You could define it, with different acronyms in different scenarios, right? But then, so because of fear, because many people lack the courage to move ahead, right? It has made them to get stuck at, particular positions for a very, very long period of time. So are you that kind of person probably who is so good at what you do, right? You're confident in what you have, but you don't have the courage to go out there and to say it. For some people, don't have the courage even maybe to apply for jobs, maybe to reach out to someone. Okay, probably maybe you're on LinkedIn, you have a skill, but you don't have the courage maybe to reach out to a recruiter online to say, hey, I have this skill, I've been able to work on this project, I have this value I can bring to your organization. And I believe that if you give me the opportunity, right, say on an interview, I'll be able to defend my skills. I'll be able to defend the values that I have. I'll be able to defend the projects I'll be able to work on. And in that light, if you hire me in your company, these are the things I'll be able to bring on board, right? Many people are good at what they do. They have a good resume, but because of that fear, they are unable to express it. And so they're stuck, where they find themselves. So these are some of those platforms, some of those opportunities, some of those programs that you can leverage on, right? In a small community, in a small environment like this, you can start up, right? By sharing, what you believe in, from time to time, you can connect with someone here, where you can be able to express yourself. That's why I say that don't minimize this opportunity that you could be able to connect with someone who can take your career to the next level. Guys, does it make sense? So far, does it make sense? If it makes sense, just drop a yes in the chat, or just drop a reaction in the chat as we speak. if what I say makes sense up to now, right? I would love to have you give a reaction in the chat, guys. Just give a reaction in the chat. Let me know I'm talking to an audience that agrees with what I say. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So my mentor always says that feedback is the food for champions. My mentor says feedback is the food for champions. That's the reason why I'm asking for your feedback in the chat. Feedback is the food for champions. You can write that down. Every champion has had the urge to quit at some point on their journey. Every champion has had at some point that imposter syndrome where they feel like, I don't think I'm good enough for this. Or they feel like, I'm really good. I believe that I can do this thing right, but maybe someone would stop me from doing this. Maybe someone will say, oh, you're not good enough, right? Every successful person, every champion has that urge or has had that urge at some point in their career. But you know what? They decided to beat the odds. They decided to go against that voice that says, hey, you are not good enough. They decided to go against that voice that says, hey, if you go ahead to express what you know, if you go ahead to express your ability, if you go ahead to express, your strengths, the world will tell you to shut up, right? Every successful person has had that urge. But the difference with the successful and the successful person in their career or in whatever they do is that the successful guys, they do it careless, right? They do whatever it takes, because they know this is what is necessary. This is what is needed to be able to advance my career. So I have to do it. I have to silence that inner voice. Every one of us has that inner voice that always tell you, see, this is not the right moment, right? This is not the right time to do this. Procrastinate on this, right? But then you go ahead and do it no matter what. So Dr. Daphne Joybert is one of such persons, right, that has that ability of, go ahead and do it no matter what, no matter the circumstance, no matter the challenge that you come across. Go ahead and do it no matter what. So please drop in the chat if you believe in this. Drop in the chat. I will do it no matter what. Guys, drop in the chat. I will do it no matter what, right? This is not just some Scientology. This is not just some, you're not just writing it out there just because you want to write it out. You're not writing like you mean it, write it like you believe in it, right? That I will do it no matter what, no matter the circumstances, no matter the odds, no matter the challenges that comes your way, right? You will do it. So let's drop in the chat, guys. I will do it no matter what. Once you get to the point where you have to do what you have to do to move your career to the next level, you would do it no matter what. Guys, drop in the chat. I would do it no matter what. And just before we have a guest speaker, the co-founder of SolarVis Tech just joined us, and we are so blessed to have him. Probably we'll have a word or two from him, right? Let's have a word or two from Dr. Kizito. Doc, if you're in a position where you can be on camera, we would be so blessed to have you share with us in a few minutes, right? You would share with us in a few minutes. Guys, write in the chat, I will do it no matter what, no matter the challenge that comes my way, no matter the circumstance, right? I will do it. Successful people have affirmations. They do daily affirmations. They tell themselves. They have this imposter syndrome. Every day they wake up, they want to go after their dreams. If an inner voice tells them, you're not good enough, you can't do this. Why now? Procrastinate. Do it some other time. But you know what? They say, I will do it no matter what. That's one of the key characteristics of successful people. And so you on this call, you had that voice that told you, hey, don't go for that Zoom session. Don't go for that program, right? Probably it's just like every other program out there. I've been hearing of Zoom sessions like this. What are they going to say? Maybe it's just one other motivational program here and there. But you know what? You said to yourself, I will join the Zoom no matter what. Probably you had that inner voice that said, oh, we've been attending so many Zoom sessions online. So SolarVis Tech, what's going to be the difference with this particular one? You know what? You said to yourself, I will do it no matter what. I will attend no matter what. And that's why we celebrate you guys, 1000%. We treat you with so much respect. We treat you with so much honor because you beat the odds to say, I will attend this session no matter what. Yes, congratulations to those who are dropping the chat. I will do it no matter what. And you know what? The reason you're typing the chat, I will do it no matter what, even if you don't believe in it, it's also because you have that seed of greatness inside of you. It's because you have that seed of a champion inside of you that you're responding to this. So before we bring in our speaker who will tell us the power of networking, let's have Dr. Kizito. Dr. Kizito, if you can pick up the mic, the next maybe 3 to 5 minutes, right? Share with us. And guys, I'll tell you, it's because of networking that I was able to connect with Dr. Kizito, who is based in the US, right? Just to give a little background, he's a businessman in the US, right? That has built businesses for several years. And when I was about to start SolarVis, right? I had the idea, all I had was an idea in Cameroon. And thanks to God, I was able to connect to great minds like Captain Noah that we have right here. I was able to share the vision with him. He bought in the vision, and I reached out to Dr. Kizito. I was like, Doc, I have this brilliant idea, right? I want to help my people. One of the things that drives me, one of the things that gives me fulfillment is when I'm able to give back to the society. And I'm about to give birth to this vision. But you know what? I don't think I have everything it takes when it comes to maybe financial resources and many other resources, right? The wisdom that it takes to be able to build a business. Would you mind if we can connect on growing this vision? And you know what? Dr. Kizito was able to buy into the vision. And he said, why not? Let me come on board. Let's grow this vision. Let's reach out to our people. Let's help our people. Guys, and here we are today. The dream is born and the dream is impacting several lives. Dr. Kizito, if you can hear me, sir, this audience is hungry to hear from you. You have the mic, please.
Thank you, Dr. Samba. Can you give me a couple of minutes, or can you bring in the guest speaker first? I'm driving and I'm on my phone. It's quite dangerous for me right now, speaking and probably coming on video. So I will stop driving in a couple of minutes. Let's say about okay. Let's just say let me come in after the guest speaker, please.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. So that's one of the characteristics of successful people, right? They do it no matter what. Thank you so much. Even though you're driving, but you're still connected to the call, right? Thank you so much. I even doubted if you were able to make him to the call today, but here you are. Thank you so much. So we'll be waiting to hear from you after our amazing speaker. So guys, now, when I reached out to Dr. Joybird, I told him, Doc, see, I would love to have you on this program. And the beauty about networking, the beauty about connecting with people, the beauty about building relationships, right, happens in the fact that you can connect with someone today, right? And that connection, trust me, guys, just that connection you make today, you may not see the impact or the influence of that connection you have today. For some of you, going to have, to connect with others, maybe on LinkedIn, or have maybe their emails or whatever on the call today. And this connection you're going to make today, you may not see the value of this, but you would only see the value of this connection that you will make today with one person 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, guys. Now, the first active encounter I had with Dr. Joybird was sometime back in 2021 when I had a business trip to Rwanda. We traveled together on a business trip, and at one point, while at the cricket stadium in Rwanda, I reached out to him. I said, Doc, I would love to have a one-on-one conversation with you because there is something that is burning on the inside of me. And he said, why not? Let's have an interview session, just to know what drives you, what motivates you, what brought you here to Rwanda, why are you on a business trip, what are you doing in the company you do, and what actually drives you guys. So when we had that conversation, it actually opened my mind to the fact that I was able to share what really drives me with a business consultant, and I got a lot of expert advice from him, right? Just that connectivity in 2021 was able to unlock, us having to maybe have a conversation with him today at this point in time, guys. So you can see 2 years down the line from a single encounter, okay, now we're able to have him on our platform. But just before this session, guys, when I reached out to him, he was in a very, very busy session that he could be unavoidably absent, right, for this particular presentation. But guess what? I was able to reach out to one other person that has impacted my life, in a very, very huge way. And I'll tell you guys how I was able to connect with him. It was through LinkedIn. Guys, if you're not on LinkedIn, by the end of this session today, and you want to advance your career, I will tell you that that's one of the platforms you want to take to high esteem. Guys, LinkedIn is a powerful professional career platform that if you know what lies in that platform, you would want to leverage from it. But I will not want to let the cat out of the bag. I want to bring on board someone that I hold with so much respect. I've known him for a while now, and what keeps me close to him is the amount of value I see around him, guys. I connected with him through LinkedIn, and today we're going places. This person is one of those I've been looking for in the industry when I was able to transition from healthcare into tech, and now leveraging from healthcare and tech. Guys, every successful person I know works with mentors in different domains. Every successful person I know works with mentors in different domains. And let's say, for example, Francis Ngannou, today celebrated as world champion in boxing, right? He is celebrated as world champion in boxing. He has as mentor Mike Tyson, who has been, one of the greatest boxers of all time. That's his mentor. The question is, do you have a mentor in your life? The question is, in your career path, if you're transitioning to tech or whatever you're doing, do you have somebody that you look up to in your life? Do you have somebody that you can reach out to that has walked the path and can help you walk that path, that can help you compress time frames? I reached out to Mr. Emmanuel Kiven, who is a product manager in Futuristic Inc. all the way from USA. And this is somebody who is so busy. See, guys, I reached out to him just as this program was about to start. He was in a very, very busy Zoom session with his company. This is somebody who has been able to help his company pull more than $4.5 million within the past 6 months, right? For the company he works for in the US. Guys, this is how valuable he is. But you know what? I reached out to him and I said, Coach, I've had this little setback where our audience is hungry to listen from our guest speaker, but he's unavoidably absent, right? Is it possible that you could step in and with your wealth of experience, bless our audience? I know what he told me. He said, Doc, because it's you, definitely I will make out time. You know what? His consultancy is so expensive because of how valuable he is. But you know what? He's going to be doing this for us for free. For free. Ladies and gentlemen, he loves to speak in an environment that is full of positive energy. And if we don't bring in that positive energy, we'll not be able to have him to his fullest in the hall. So with a round of applause, I want you guys to, put in some energy in the chat. You can, whatever emoji that you love, whatever comments you can put in to welcome Coach Emmanuel. I call him Coach Emmanuel Kiven in the chat, guys. Just drop in the chat. Let's all welcome him. Coach, if you can hear me, just take away the mic from me. And I'm so hungry, I'm so eager, I'm so open to learn from your wealth of experience on the power of LinkedIn, the power of networking, how people can harness LinkedIn and networking for career growth and success. Over to you, sir.
Oh my goodness, this is mind-blowing. Oh my goodness, I woke up from bed on the right side. I don't know if you ever had an expression, waking out of bed on the right side. I started my day, I'm in California, and it's 7:47 a.m. now. I woke up today, Saturday at 5 o'clock, did my exercises, and then showered, and I got into another Zoom session that I had before now. And then Dr. Samba, my very, very good friend, one of the best friends I've had within the past couple of months, reached out to me and said, hey, you know what I'm working on? I said, sure, of course I do. And he says to me, would you mind jumping on the call? I am on the call with a couple of people here that are focused and going somewhere in life. I said, of course, I will not miss an opportunity to speak to people that are focused and going somewhere in life. I got excited. I have another call in 13 minutes, and it's a huge, massive Zoom call. I've been asked to speak at an event, the conference I'm speaking at, but I said I'm going to put in a couple of minutes that I have at hand to speak to you all. And if you're truly excited, I'd like you to throw it in the chat and say, I will do whatever it takes. I want you to do that because the way the mind works is depending on the instructions that you give it. You can instruct your mind to do whatever you want to do. And actually, before I begin, I would kind of say a quick hello again to all of you on this chat and just kind of congratulate you for making time to be on this call. This is going to be life-changing for you if you make use of it. On the 30th of August of this year, I reached out to Dr. Samba on LinkedIn, 30th of August. This is only a few months ago. And him and myself started working on a project that is radically going to change our lives. And I have never met him in person. Before the 30th of August, I never knew about him. And he is positioned at a stage in my life where I am seeing critical growth. He is seeing growth. He's seeing changes in all areas of his life because I reached out to him on LinkedIn on the 30th of August of this year. I only joined LinkedIn about probably 1 year ago because I had to. I have not actually completely updated my profile on LinkedIn, but what that has done to me financially, what that has done to me in terms of influence is unthinkable. I have a call to speak in an event in 10 minutes, and there's a lady that put in an event in Texas and has about 300 people showing up in that event, and I'll be a guest speaker in that event in 10 minutes. And I met this lady on LinkedIn, and she's an influencer, and we started working together. In fact, she had a job that pays her close to about $200,000 because she reached out to me and started coaching and mentoring. I have never met her in person. We've met only on LinkedIn. And because of the fact that I started working together with her, she started earning an income that is close to about $200,000 a year. Why? Because of influence. Dr. Samba just introduced me and said, hey, this is Emmanuel, blah, 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 those kind of nice things. Dr. Samba, I think I should take you as my traveling guest so that each time you introduce me, okay? I like the way you introduce people. That's awesome. But the point I want to make here is this. Who knows the company that owns LinkedIn? If you know it, just throw it in the chat if you know the company that owns LinkedIn. Does anybody know which company owns LinkedIn? LinkedIn was actually bought by Microsoft. I think it's about 9 years ago. Question I ask you here is, why would Microsoft, that's one of the best IT companies in the world, buy LinkedIn, which is a social media platform, professional social media platform, where you have a bunch of fake resumes? In fact, it is proven scientifically that 98% of resumes on LinkedIn has something in it that is untrue. Microsoft knew that, and they bought LinkedIn. You would like to know they spent about 29 billion. I don't know the figure quite well, somewhere between about maybe 20 to 29 billion dollars. You can Google that. That's why Google exists. Billion, as with a boy, that's bigger than the budget of Cameroon. And Microsoft, that's an IT company, now IT services and all kinds of things, was able to buy a company that only had a couple of millions of fake resumes. Why would Microsoft buy it? Question for you is, why would Microsoft not build their own social media platform? And if they took 3 of their best engineers, they would have a platform up and running in a week and will be glitch free. Why would they buy my LinkedIn? Now, who does not have WhatsApp here? Who does not use WhatsApp? I guess 100% all of us use WhatsApp. How much do you pay for WhatsApp? 0. Do you understand that WhatsApp has servers, engineers, all these people working all over the world to maintain WhatsApp running, and it gives you for free? $8, 9 years ago, Facebook bought WhatsApp for $16 billion. B with a boy, $1 billion, and gave it to us for free. Why did Facebook not just build its own WhatsApp? Have you heard of Twitter? Elon Musk just bought Twitter for $44 billion and gave it to you for free. $44 billion. Be with a boy and gave it to you for free. How is that possible? What product do they manufacture? Nothing. So Meta, that owns Facebook, that is worth 3.3 billion users now. If they were a country, they would be twice the size of China. It gives you Facebook for free. Meta owns WhatsApp and gives you for free. LinkedIn, a guy Microsoft puts in money, gives you for free. So why do you have it for free? What is the product in these companies? Instagram, what do they produce? The point I'm driving here is this. If you understand the power of your networks, your life is completely changed. See, years and years ago in the last century, people became wealthy because they came from money or they had a lot of money. In this century, you can get into money, become as wealthy as you want because you harness the power of networks. That's why you often hear your network is your net worth, or your net worth is your network. So what's the point I'm driving at? See, in this century, they realize that if you can build communities of people that think alike and act alike, you can transform that into wealth. So your wealth in this day and age is based on the people you associate with, think alike and act alike. So for Dr. Samba to have the honor to create a platform like this, just for you to congregate and think in the same way, it's incredible, and give it to you for free. Have you realized that his services are free? In spite of what he knows in AWS and in DevOps engineering and the things he has accomplished in life, it so happened that I'm his mentor. I wish he was my mentor, actually. I think it was strategically positioned that I should be. I could as well be learning from him because there's a lot he has accomplished that I'm seeking to reach there. But I want you to understand that if you do not use these products like LinkedIn, Facebook, all these platforms, and focus on LinkedIn because it's professional, anything that you get for free, if you are using something for free, you're not paying for it, guess what? You are the product. Did you hear that well? If you're using something for free, you are the product. If you're using LinkedIn for free, they only make money because you are on LinkedIn. If all of us quit LinkedIn today, they make zero, nada, nothing. Facebook is worth billions of dollars, and the 35-year-old guy, Mark Zuckerberg, who owns Facebook, is worth $111 billion because we have congregated together and built the platform for him. The question is, can you leverage on that same network for your own sake? I'll be honest to you, and this is just to be honest to you, in the past 6 months, I've been using LinkedIn for entrepreneurship and for other things. You wouldn't believe it, but I've positioned myself based on what I earn now. I've positioned myself in the next 36 months to build a business profitable revenue of about $1 million for myself, with an ROI of probably $250,000. Why? Because I understand the algorithm on which LinkedIn operates, and I tap into it. And Dr. Samba is in a good position to teach you how you can use that. If you're not on LinkedIn, please jump onto it. If you don't know how to build a LinkedIn profile, ask him. If you want to, you ask me, but ask him. If you want to build a profile and benefit from it, ask him. If he's not available, ask me. If you want to know how I'm benefiting from that platform, ask me, or you can ask him. I have only 3 minutes to speak, but I could show you my LinkedIn profile. I could show you what I'm generating. I could show you how I'm leveraging on that. I could show you the kind of conversations I have and how those conversations are in turn impacting me financially. Why? Because the owner of LinkedIn makes billions and trillions of dollars because we exist. I'll say in turn, I'm going to build my own communities from that platform as well. I'm going to position myself from that on that platform. And so I look at all companies. I get coached by somebody who is called Francois Locoudonu. He's the president and CEO of F5. Multi-millionaire. He's worth about $60 million personally. He's posting on LinkedIn every day. Just like Francois Locoudonu. He's posting on LinkedIn every day. Why? And if you want to know how you can harness the power of LinkedIn to grow yourself, you can talk to Dr. Samba. I just want to thank you, Dr. Samba, for the opportunity that you gave me to say hello. But much more than that, I want to thank you for the opportunity of availing yourself to help a lot of people that are hungry to learn and impacting them. And through this platform, I believe that when I get the opportunity to say hello again in the next couple of months, this platform will have grown to probably 100 people, and that you will have been impacted by what you get from LinkedIn and all these platforms. For now, focus on LinkedIn. And if you want to know how you can leverage on it, please talk to Dr. Samba. Okay? But with this, I'm signing off, and I wish you guys an awesome session and get the best out of it. And I'll see you.
Thank you very much, Coach. Yes, Coach, just before you drop, I know you're very, very busy. No it was difficult to have you, but here we are. Guys, if you've been blessed by this, see, I believe that you've been able to get something out of this session Coach has just taken, right? And we would love to have probably your LinkedIn. You could just maybe, if possible, to drop your LinkedIn profile in the chat. So our audience can be able to connect with you. Guys, if you're blessed, can you just give a feedback in the chat? Just give an appreciation in the chat. Thank you very much. All right. So while you are helping to set that up, we will be having the co-founder of Solavis Tech join us in the next few minutes, and he will be taking us again on the power of networking. And why do we take a look at this conversation on networking? Why are we discussing about this? Because see, guys, we are living in a period where we are living in a moment where, you know, take for example, we're living in a moment of AI, where like we use LinkedIn for professional networking, for job applications here and there, and there are several tools that have been developed, right? There are several tools. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Okay, thank you. So there are several tools that have been developed out there, right? Several AI tools that have been developed out there that are used, that can enhance people to apply for jobs. Let me just give you a little example before Dr. Gizo comes in. Just a little tip. With an AI tool, you are able to apply for jobs even while you're asleep, which means that you can use an AI tool to craft a resume for yourself. You can use an AI tool to search for jobs while you're asleep. You can use an AI tool to apply for jobs. Let's take an example. You have a job that maybe needs 10 DevOps engineers or 1 DevOps engineer or maybe 1 medical doctor, and everybody is using an AI tool to apply, which means that one AI tool could help you apply for thousands of jobs in a day, thousands of jobs. If everybody is leveraging those tools to apply for those jobs, those multiple jobs in a day, right? It's possible. Everybody could use those tools to apply for those multiple jobs in a day. What then would make the difference, guys? What then will make the difference? What will make the difference at the level of applying for those jobs is when we are able to make more human connections. Because if 10,000 people are applying for the same job at the same time, because maybe they're using AI tools to enhance applications, it is even possible that somebody like Elon Musk, who could have applied for this job, could equally be missed out. Why? Because in as much as we have thousands of people using these AI tools to apply for these jobs, also the companies and recruiters are using AI tools, like a system called Application Tracking System, ATS. They are also using these tools to be able to screen resumes that meet with the job descriptions, that have keywords. The AI tools also look for keywords. So everybody's resume equally has those keywords, and it's possible that could be able to screen through, right, and even keep out people like Elon Musk for job opportunities that they're actually fully qualified for. So you want to be able to go beyond just the fact that you are dropping applications out there. You want to go beyond that level and start making more meaningful human connections with these people online. We are emotional beings. And once you understand the power of emotional intelligence, you will be able to connect to these people, not just by dumping resumes left and right, but you will reach out and start making connections. You want to know the people better. You want to express yourself. You want to set up a phone call. You want to set up a Zoom call. You want to, and from there, you start getting recommendations. From there, you start getting, proposals. Ask yourself, how come that a few weeks back, the CEO and founder of OpenAI, Sam Altman, was sacked from his post as CEO of OpenAI, and in less than 48 hours, the CEO of Azure, right, called him and offered him a job as a CEO of a new generative AI company in Microsoft. In less than 48 hours, guys, when thousands of people are applying for jobs online, but a new job position was created as a CEO in less than 48 hours. Guys, this is the power of networking. Who knows you has so much power. It's not all about what you know or who you know, but who also knows you matters a lot. You can write that down. It's not all about what you know or who you know, but who knows you is so powerful. If a job position could be created for Sam in less than 48 hours, because his value is known, then it tells you the power of networking, guys. It's not only all about you knowing as well, but it's about you also showcasing what you know. Because if you know it and nobody knows what you know, you can be stranded. You can be very good at what you do, but who knows what you know? It's not all about just who knows what you know, guys. Are you strategically positioned where key industry leaders can be able to identify your gifts and talents? That is the reason why you are here, to strategically position yourself and to gain these skills on how you can harness the power of networking on LinkedIn. It's true that you could be doing projects, you could be doing nice stuff at your place of work, and you're posting on WhatsApp. True, it's a nice social media platform as well. But in less than 24 hours, that post is probably going to go down. And mind you, guys, this is like a joke, but it's for real. In the nearest future, companies will be looking for what we call proof of work. You can write that down. Proof of work. Anybody can design a resume, but your social media platform will be your lifetime resume. Your social media account, your social media image will be your lifetime resume. Your children tomorrow will come for and take a look at your social media platform. Companies, before they hire you now, for example, will ask for your LinkedIn profile. They want to go check your LinkedIn profile. Who is this person? Who is this lady? Who is this guy? What are you putting out there? What are you able to do? What are you doing over time? What is your growth process? Once they see the kind of things you put online, once they see the kind of things you're doing online, guys, it speaks more than you just design a resume. Because you can craft out a resume to say, I can do this, I've been doing this. But maybe it doesn't match what you have on your social media platform. They're going to compare that, guys. And mind you, people are not going to work in companies with resumes. They are going to work with human beings, and they want to collaborate with human beings. They want to work with you. That's why you must intentionally and consciously build a good social media platform. You should be very intentional when it comes to your LinkedIn connectivity. You should be very intentional when you build your social media platforms, especially on those social media platforms where You are putting out content that, see, people are able, just from what you put online, they can be able to tell who you are. Because before you put it out there, you think about it, you reason it out, you put it out there. And so it influences and it impacts the kind of opportunities you attract and the kind of people you attract towards you. So if you want to attract the right people into your network, then make sure that your social media profile also reflects what you want to attract. Because the law of attraction, by law of attraction, the energy you give out there is the same energy you attract towards you. The same energy. Is this making sense, guys? Is this making sense? Let me know in the chat. Is this making sense? Is this making sense? The same kind of energy you give out there is the same kind of energy you will attract. And so we want to intentionally build a social media platform, a social media profile that depicts what we want. Guys, just from what you post online, someone will reach out to you on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and say, I think I love your energy. I think I love to work with you. I think I love your mindset. And like when it comes to those who probably will be looking forward to getting into IT in feel like DevOps just simply means development and operations. And DevOps engineers are guys that are going to help streamline and improve on collaboration between developers and operations team. They want to help people to be able to work together. Let's say, for example, one of the frequently asked questions in interviews are questions like, how do you deal with a difficult colleague at work? Can you tell me about a time when maybe you had a misunderstanding with a colleague and how did you resolve the problem? You can tell somebody in an interview that, oh, I'm somebody who is open-minded, who is good to work with people, who accepts different, people's points of view, different people's opinions. I'm able to work with people maybe of different social backgrounds, right? You could say all of that in interviews, but probably, hey, this interviewer is taking a look at your social media profile and is like, wow, this is nice stuff. But when they see the kind of content that probably you put out there, maybe it's antagonistic to what they see on your resume and it's antagonistic to what they see in your conversation in that interview process. And they'll be trying to, evaluate to be like, wow, but what I see here probably does not reflect what I am getting right now, because they want to get into an environment where you are able to work with them. And one of the things I want you to note is that companies right now, most companies, great companies out there, are not only looking for people who are so skilled. Let me tell you, you can be so skilled at what you do, but you may not get opportunities. Why? Because you have not built good character. So great companies out there look for people who have good character, they hire for character, and then they train for skill. Because anybody can get the skill. Like people asking the question, how come Dr. Samba, you were able to transition to IT within 6 to 12 months, and you're doing so well in IT right now, and you're still very hungry and humble to learn? How come after spending 7 years in medical school, right? It's a very noble profession, but I didn't feel comfortable just to stay in my little cubicle in a hospital consulting. I was looking at how I could offer even bigger impact out there and how I can harness the power of technology to offer that impact, right? So I decided to be hungry, to go in for more and to get more out of the industry of network marketing, of personal development, right? And be able to, reach out there to a great community. And here we are. So I'm saying that pushing out what you do, pushing out your ideologies, pushing out the things you believe in, all those things, right? Companies right now, once you're applying, they want to go verify, who are we going to be hiring on our team? Who are we going to have on board? Is this somebody who will be able to work with, even if the person is not skilled? Mind you, you will go for some interviews, they'll ask you questions, you have no idea of whatever they're saying. But at the end of the day, you know what? They'll hire you for the job. Why? Because they see your mindset. They see you're somebody whom, if they hire on their team, within 6 months to 1 year to 2 years to 3 years, patiently, if they work with you, they'll be able to upskill you. And you know what? Anybody can learn any skill. Guys, you are not who you learn, you are not what you learn in school. The reason why you learn what you learn in school, probably maybe you were influenced by somebody's idea and you found a career path to get into it. But your mindset is the most fabulous organ system in the world that can learn anything at any time. So you want to have that open mindset, right? And once you share out those ideologies, once you push out what you believe in, trust me, companies will be willing to hire you and even train you for skill. And then imagine that you have the good attitude, imagine that you have the good mindset, and you also have the skill. It even makes things better for you. And companies are looking out for people who have a growth mindset, right? That are open to constant learning. Guys, let me not take so much of the spotlight. I want to bring on board right now the co-founder of SolarVis in the person of Dr. Tembo Kizito. Doc, if you're in a position to take up the mic right now, let me pass it over to you, sir.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Samba. Wow, where do I begin, ladies and gentlemen? Dr. Samba and the previous speaker before him have said it all about social media, about how you need to get in to some of these professional social media bots, especially LinkedIn. But I'm just going to add my voice to, can you guys hear me?
5 on 5, can you hear you?
Okay, good. Thank you, everyone, Dr. Samba and all the attendees for making up time for this session. It's a great session. We are talking about social media, with particular attention on LinkedIn and how to build your profile on this job board. That's how I call LinkedIn. Now, I'm not a fan of social media. Dr. Samba said a little while ago that I'm a businessman in the US. Yes, that's very true. Being a businessman, or you being in any profession, anything you do in life, you have to get connected to people. You have to know people. And social media has come to facilitate that. I did not have interest in social media. Still, I don't have. I'm very, very selective on some of those platforms I get on. But LinkedIn, at the time it started, I jumped on it immediately because it's more of a professional board that helps you to connect to people around the world. And that connection helps build your profile. It's a professional board for people who have the ego to grow their profession. Whether it's in business, whatever kind of business you want to do, whether it's in IT, whether it's in the medical field, like Dr. Samba, who is a medical doctor turned IT guru right now, you have to get connected in one way or the other. LinkedIn is doing a fantastic job. Doing this job means that you have to play your own part by sending in the information about you that people will jump on and say, yes, these are the kind of people I'm looking for. This is the kind of candidate I'm looking for to occupy this position in my company. And because you have taken time to build your profile, to put out your resume on LinkedIn, for example, and people noticing you here and then, big companies, small companies, medium-sized companies, they will get to you. So SolarVis is talking about this LinkedIn, you building a LinkedIn profile today because we will help you guide, we will help guide you along the way. You will reach out to all your professors as you journey through this program, AWS DevOps. Reach out to them if you don't know how to create a professional profile, a good resume for yourself. Reach out to me, for example. Reach out to Dr. Samba and all your professors and say, how do I go about this? And Dr. Samba and all your professors will be more than happy to help to do this for you. Because you want to expose yourself to the world. Your aim is to get noticed.
Your aim is to get a top-notch job. And one way to do that is to get this resume of yours, well-structured, and post it on LinkedIn. Post it on some other social media platforms out there. But like I stated earlier, LinkedIn is one of those job boards or social media platforms that caught my attention early on, and I jumped on it. And I want you guys to also do that, right? Because it's more of a professional thing that will help enhance your career. Ladies and gentlemen, this world we live in today is fast changing in so many ways. Social media is contributing a very great part of it, a great deal to it. When I was in high school back then in Cameroon, I used to hear that the world is becoming a global village. I am living in that global village right now. We are all living in that global village. Global village is you live in whatever part of the world, but you're able to connect to people in different communities or countries, right? You live, I am here in the US, but I'm connected to people in so many parts of the world. How is that connection done? You couldn't do it on your own, but social media, LinkedIn came in to talk about this. And the speaker before Dr. Samba said it all, that why is it that Facebook, the founder of Facebook, bought WhatsApp, for example? Why is it that Elon Musk bought Twitter, for example, now called X? They see potential in some of these things. And when they see this potential, they want to bring people together through all this media, right? And so it takes you a place for you to jump on. After doing your DevOps and AWS and creating a good resume for yourself, you say, all right, how do I do this? How do I expose myself to the world? You have to have somebody help you. So the product is you. Somebody already, one of the speakers already said it, the product is you. And for that product, for that product to be you, you have to make it a really, really wonderful thing to build a good resume. And that is why Elon Musk with Twitter or X or WhatsApp through Facebook and many other big companies out there are just trying to connect you to the world. Let's be connected. Let's make the global village even a little, very little place for all of us to connect. And not necessarily seeing somebody physically today, but you're able to connect through that media or medium and talk to so many people that can help change your life, help change your career in so many ways. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I have to thank all of you for coming. I have to appreciate all of you for being here, for sacrificing this time to be here today to listen to the speakers who are telling you today about LinkedIn and other social media platforms that will help change your career. We are on it, all of us. It's a journey we are all embarked on, all of us. You cannot do that journey single-handedly. You have to work with people. People you meet every day physically, people you don't even meet. You see them on these social media platforms and you connect with them. And one of those social media platforms, LinkedIn, is doing a great job. We will help you get into this space. We will help you. Let's work together. Let's collaborate and make things happen for each and every one of us. Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. Remain blessed. Thank you, Dr.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Kizito, for making our time. Though you were driving, you were still able to jump in here and share with this amazing audience. Guys, guess what? We have great news. We have great news. Please, if we do appreciate Dr. Kizito for making our time to share with us right here, can we just appreciate him in the chat? Can we appreciate him in the chat? Though he was driving, he could still make it. Let's appreciate him in the chat. And I have great news for us. Dr. Joybert just reached out to me now. He'll be joining us in the next few minutes. You see, I reached out to Dr. Joybert about 2 months ago to be able to secure his time for these events today. 2 months ago. And when I reached out to him, I said, Doc, we have this event I would love that you come and share with our community. And you know what happened? He told me, please, can you remind me 2 weeks to the event? Because I don't know in which country I would be in December. That's how busy he is. He travels, you know, from country to country, nation to nation, impacting lives. And because of so much travel and, you know, the program he was in and time zone differences, he just reached out to me and said, Doc, I'll be able to join him for the session today. So right away, I would like us to just take on a 7 minutes break. In the next 7 minutes, you want to probably get a cup of coffee, you want to drink some water, while we join in at 5:30 p.m. my time. Then we will now pass over the session to Dr. Joybird as he prepares to, you know, blow our minds with the wealth of knowledge that he has for us. Thank you all. I'll just pause the recording. And if you have any questions, you have any preoccupations, just write them down. And we're going to take questions at the end of the session. So in exactly 7 minutes time, we would resume, you know, to continue with Dr. Joybird. Thank you very much. Welcome back from the break. And good to have you all. Good to have you once again. So in the next couple of seconds, we're going to have Dr. Joybird join us and take over the next phase of this presentation, the next phase of this program. And if you're just joining or if you've been here all through, I want you guys to set expectations for yourselves, right? I want you actually to have expectations. I want you to have expectations because he is going to be sharing a lot of value. And so you want to write down. I'm ready with my jotter, I'm ready with my book and my pen to get a lot of value from his sharing today. So you don't just want to get this exposure and go back without having to write a lot, because he's going to be saying a lot of things, right? And definitely from everything he's going to be saying, it's going to make a lot of sense. And definitely you're going to have great take-home messages from them. So in the next few seconds, please, can we celebrate in the chat as we bring on board Dr. Javni Joybird? Can we just celebrate in the chat? Can we celebrate in the chat? Let's celebrate in the chat as we bring in Dr. Javni Joybird. He loves to be in a hall that is full of energy. He loves to be in a hall that is full of energy. Life is all about energy. Life is all about energy, guys. Life is all about energy. I love the fire symbol, Samba Priestley. Life is all about energy. Life is all about energy. Are you excited? No matter what you're going through right now, are you excited about your next level? No matter the challenges you're facing right now, are you excited about your next dimension? No matter what is going on in your life right now, probably you've applied for several jobs, nobody's taking a look at your resume. Are you excited about the next level? Are you excited about what is going to happen in 2024? For some people, they're already discouraged. They don't know, probably 2023 wasn't the best year for them. You know, they're asking themselves, is 2024 going to be the same? Are you excited for the next level? Are you excited for something better to, you know, comfort for you for the next year? Are you excited for the next day? Ladies and gentlemen, as we bring on board Dr. Javni Joybird, let's have many more people share in the chat. You know, he loves to be in that atmosphere that has a lot of energy. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Dr. Joybird in the house. We have Dr. Joybird in the house. Probably this session flyer has been, you know, on LinkedIn. It has been out there for several weeks now. And we have all been just waiting for this specific moment. Guys, Dr. Javni Joybird, like I told you, he is so rare to find. He's a rare breed. And he has walked the path. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dr. Remarkable. Dr. Javni Joybird, this audience has been very hungry. From 4 p.m. West African time, they have been on, and they have been so eager to hear from you. They have been so hungry to learn from you, Dr. Joybird. Some of them have read your book, some of them have done finds about you, and they have been looking for such an opportunity to interact with you. And the previous speakers and myself made them to understand that 3 key things happen in people's lives: having the right people, having the right platforms, and having the right programs can catapult their careers, can catapult their lives to the next level. And this is one of such platforms, and you are one of such persons that will be here to share with them, will be here to give them, what it takes to get to the next level in their life. Doc, if you can hear me, the mic is yours, sir.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, please. We can hear you.
Awesome. Good, 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 good. How is everybody doing? If you're doing great, you're doing amazing, can you go ahead in the chat box and type your favorite word that describes you? Go ahead in the chat box, type your favorite word that describes you. Go ahead. For many of you know me as Mr. Remarkable. Because I use that word a lot. When you do something so nice, I will say remarkable. So they started calling me Mr. Remarkable. So I see wonderful, I see blessed, I see excited, I see hamper. I've never heard of that. I see amazing. Yes, yes, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Good, 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 good. I see a lot of amazing people right here and now. Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. All right. So I hope that in the next couple of minutes, you will definitely have an amazing time here that will, transform you and empower you to another level. And I know that in the previous people that have led any sessions, they have definitely contributed massively to the body of knowledge that you already have inside of you. So I have been invited to talk about LinkedIn as a platform, but anytime I am talking about LinkedIn, I like to emphasize on certain concepts before I talk about the platform itself. And I always like to say that if you see anybody doing better than you in any field that you are, in any industry that you are, there are certain things that they know better than you. Let me say that again. And it depends on what industry you are in. And this is one of the things I always emphasize, that if you are a young person, or even at whatever age you are right now, I don't know the age group in this community at the moment, but if you are 30 and below, you're 40 and below, one of the most important things that I always encourage people to decide upon and to be clear when it comes to what they want to do should be the industry where they want to play in. What kind of industry do you want to be a player in? What kind of industry do you want to be a recognized industry captain? What kind of industry do you want to become the best that there is in that particular industry? Many people end up not becoming very successful and very impactful because they end up to be everywhere and yet there are nowhere. You get that concept? Even on LinkedIn, it would be difficult for you to make the best out of LinkedIn if you don't understand the kind of industry that you want to play in and how you can leverage on that platform to advance in that particular industry. So I always say that if you see anybody making it big in your industry, whether it's tech, human capital development, agriculture, healthcare, whatever industry that you are in, if you see anybody doing better than you in that industry, there are certain things that they know and they have access to more than what you have. And I'll talk about 3 main things, and then we go back to the LinkedIn platform. Number 1 is people. People. When you see somebody doing exceptionally well in their industry, one of the things that they have access to that you don't have access to is people. If you want to increase opportunities into your life, if you want to increase more money into your life, if you want to increase more career life-changing opportunities into your life, one of the things that you have to increase is the quality of people that are coming into your life. You will never find opportunities lying on the street. You will never find opportunities sitting on a chair waiting for you. Opportunities are planted in people, and when you get access to people, you can get access to the opportunities. And that's one thing the LinkedIn platform will give you. Number two, when you see somebody doing exceptionally better than you, the second thing that they have access to is strategic information. Information is one of the most powerful things on earth. Let me tell you something. Many of you are here right now because you had access to this information. If you did not have access to this information, you will not be here right now. And you will not have access to life-changing information and career-changing information like what you are experiencing right now. You get the concept? And going back to people, there are many people in different countries that would like to have me speak at their event, and they don't know how to reach out to me. But Dr. Samba has my WhatsApp number. We are friends. He wanted to text, hey, I'm having this event on this day and this time. Are you available? And I said, yes. He didn't pay me any amount of money. But I get to charge sometimes 2 million francs to speak for 1 hour in different countries, $5,000 to speak for 1 hour in different countries. The only reason we are here at no cost is because he has access to me as a friend. You get a difference. And then information. The third thing I want to talk about, if you see anybody doing better than you in any industry, one thing they have access to is platforms. Anybody who has more platforms than you to stand upon will always be more successful than you. If you're a Christian and you can fast and pray for 200 years, and you don't have a platform, you will go nowhere. And if you are a godly person and you're somebody who studies the Bible, you will notice that when God wants to change somebody's life, the first thing he gives that person is a platform. The more platforms you can have access to, the more success you are going to experience. For example, let's talk about a TV channel is a platform. There are many people that their lives changed when they were interviewed on a particular TV channel. And more people discovered. Facebook is a platform. LinkedIn, we're going to talk about, is a platform. So if you are going to grow in life, you're going to grow in your career, in your business, you need to think deeper when it comes to people, strategic information, and platforms. If these three things are missing in your life, you will always live hand to mouth, or you will end up being very broke, even though you are talented. There are many talented poor people. There are many talented struggling people. There are many people that they command what they call academic intelligence, but their academic intelligence does not reflect the quality of their impact in the society and does not reflect to the quality of money that is in their bank account. You understand? Anytime I talk anyway, I always talk about two things, impact and money. I don't believe in you being impactful and being broke. You're not going to help somebody when you're poor. I don't believe in being rich and you cannot change the lives of people. I always combine the two. Impact and money goes together. If you have only one, you're suffering. You're going to suffer more and more and more and more and more. You get this? So the LinkedIn platform is one of those platforms that is unique. It can give you access to people, strategic information, and of course, platforms to stand upon. I have had the privilege to travel 20+ countries. And in all of these countries, I have, let me say it this way, in all of these countries I have gone to, majority of the people have seen me on different platforms and have invited me, and most of them on LinkedIn. They will just see me posting something on LinkedIn. They will talking. And should I have an invitation right now pending in Canada because of a post I made on LinkedIn 3 days ago. And they say, oh, I read this post about you, and we have this event in Canada. Would you like to come? That platform gave me access to a people. You see? So many times people have asked me, what's the difference between other social media platforms and LinkedIn? One of the major differences is that LinkedIn is created to professionally advance people. It's a professional social media platform. I always say Facebook is a platform, but it's good for smaller communities. It's good for, that's why if you look at half of your friends on Facebook, there'll be people like schoolmates, former schoolmates, church brothers and sisters, village people around you, people, your neighbors, all of that. So it's if you want to be a local champion, be on Facebook. If you want to be an international champion, you need to play on LinkedIn. You get a difference? Yeah, so LinkedIn is more professionally driven, and LinkedIn is, connection on LinkedIn is based mostly on the concept of what professional value can you bring to the table. So on LinkedIn, there are people that have invited me to come speak in their event, and they know me from nowhere. They don't care whether I'm a Christian. They don't care whether I'm from a village. They don't care which country I come from. They're like, oh, can you speak on this topic? Yes, we have an event on this date. We're paying your flight ticket, your hotel bills. Come and speak, and this is how much we're paying you. They don't care about my background. They have no idea who I am. But what they're concerned about is professional value. That's the major difference. But on Facebook, you must see that they are your friends in the quarter, in the community, in church, schoolmates, secondary school, university, and all of that. But if you are serious about your professional growth, if you are serious about your professional advancement, then you need to take LinkedIn very, very serious. Very, very serious. Now, you know, many times people don't know whether, I saw when Dr. Samba was doing the flyer, he put American flag. I am not based in America, just that I come to America a lot. And I have a lot of connections in America because of LinkedIn, really. So the possibility is that I get to travel a lot and I can do 6 months. I'm not in Cameroon, but I have a house in Cameroon, I live in Cameroon, right? But because of more people that you know, as I said, opportunities are planted in people. I was talking to a group of young people and said, look, one of your fastest ways that you can leave your community and leave your country to an international scene, one of the fastest ways is through your LinkedIn platform. Okay, right, let's get to the practical session and then we can get questions. Now, if you don't have a LinkedIn account, indicate in the chat box, let me see. If you don't have a LinkedIn account, just type me. You don't have a LinkedIn account, indicate in the chat box. If you have and you have not been using, type not using. I want to understand the community that I'm leading the session with, so I will know how to present the platform. If you don't have an account, type don't have. If you have and you have not been using, type not using. If you are currently active on LinkedIn, active means you go to the platform at least once a day and you even post or you read articles and all of that. Write active. Okay, so I've seen don't have, I have seen not using. Okay, I've seen active. All right, good. So we'll try to be as comprehensive and as liberal as much as possible so that we can carry everybody along. But again, the truth I always say is if you can actually use Facebook, you can actually use LinkedIn. The major difference with LinkedIn is that it's not for village people. It is purely professional, very professional. So you see the way people talk on LinkedIn, the way they comment on LinkedIn, the kind of articles they post is purely professionally value driven. That's the major difference. All right, good. Let's get on LinkedIn. Let me share my screen. All right. Okay. So this is basically the welcome page that you will see when you get on LinkedIn. If you are signed in, you already have an account and you're signing into your account, this is the professional page that you will see. And the kind of post appearing here will depend on who you're following. Whoever you're following and whoever you're friends with will determine what will appear here. So you may not see the same thing here, but something similar here. Now, but let's get into the nitty-gritties of the whole stuff. Something that if you are going to succeed on LinkedIn, you need to get right is your account. Your account is very important. How you set up your account is the foundation of LinkedIn. No matter what you desire to get from LinkedIn, if you don't have the right account set up, you are definitely going to struggle taking out the best from LinkedIn. As I said, LinkedIn is purely a professional social networking site. So it means that if you want professional advancement, you need to be on LinkedIn. As simple as that, right? Now, somebody like me, actually, I play a lot on LinkedIn depending on where I am. So sometime when I foresee that I'll be in this particular country for this number of time, I will increase my LinkedIn to focus on that country so that I can get access to more invitations and opportunities and all of that. So sometimes, so those who have been following me in the last time and all of that, if I'm back in Africa, I'm in the Middle East, in Dubai, or depending on where I am and how long I'm spending time there, because again, remember, LinkedIn is an opportunity-driven platform. People rush to you based on the value that they can get from you. So the more you are able to leverage on it, and based on what you can do and what you can professionally contribute either to a company, to an individual, to a community, to a nation, or whatever that you do, you can begin to tailor as far as that particular concept is concerned. So the first important thing that matters on LinkedIn is your profile picture. Your profile picture is very important on LinkedIn. And after a couple of research and all of that, people have agreed that the best profile picture should either have a white background or a gray background or kind of a blue-black background. Those are backgrounds that get to be recognized as professional backgrounds per se. And the second research that was conducted about this, as far as LinkedIn is concerned, is that a good profile picture on LinkedIn should clearly show your face. Somebody should look at you and they should see your eyes, they should see your nose, and they should see your mouth. That is one of the things that they discovered as far as that is concerned. So sometimes when you look at people that are very professional and who understand LinkedIn, you see similarities in their profile picture. You see like this lady, you see focus on the majority. This lady doesn't have a gray, white, or all of that, but her profile is good. Look at her face, the structure of her face. Look at this, this doctor here, the same thing. Look at this gentleman here, all of that. So you will see a lot of similarities when it comes to your profile picture. So it is very important. And also, you can see have a profile picture that can focus on demonstrating the work that you do. For example, if you are a medical doctor or you are a nurse, you can wear a lab coat or whatever and still get a picture that shows that this is who you are. But let that face really be real. The second thing about it is your cover page, this one. And this cover page is not really too important, they say, but it serves you faster. So that because people always, when somebody sees you, they always come to your profile like this. And when they click, the first thing that they see will either show whether it is you are somebody worth negotiating with or having a deal with or talking with, right? But it is possible that when you open other people, I actually don't know this lady, but you know, we spoke in an event one time. So that's why she's appearing. They're actually connected with her. So you see, she's not having a designed cover page like me, but she's having what they call action-oriented cover page. But that cover page is depicting the work that she does because her profile says that she's in workforce development. So team building strategies and all of that. So it shows that she's a speaker, she's a coach, she's a facilitator and all of that. And the cover page sells her that way. That's the concept of the cover page. Let the cover page effortlessly communicate what you say that you do. Let the cover page effortlessly communicate what you say that you do. So if you don't have the time or the skills or the money to pay for somebody to do this for you, you can focus on doing this. Just get a picture that represents the work that you do and you put on your cover page. These things are very important. If you get these things wrong, you would never dig out the best from LinkedIn as a professional, okay? So when you get that, you get this, the next important thing that you need to get right is this. I'm not bothering talking about your name and all of that because you should definitely type your name as they appear in your professional documents. Please don't do what people do on Facebook and Instagram here. On LinkedIn, if your names appear, if you have 3 names in your professional documents, it is better to have your 3 names. Or you can abbreviate one, but let it be in order as they appear in your professional documents. It's very important because it is part of, there's something that professionals do when they're searching for you on LinkedIn. They like to do their due diligence and integrity check and all of that. If they come on LinkedIn and they see something different and they get your official documents and they see something different, to them, especially white people, to them it's awkward. It shows that to them, they believe that whatever is in your official documents should be the same thing that they should find on their LinkedIn profile. It should be the same thing. I have a friend who lost a very good job because his CV was totally different from what was on his LinkedIn profile. That's how important it is. Okay, so make sure you do that, and you will see some people, if you have a doctorate degree, you have an MBA, whatever, you can add just to balance up. That one is optional depending on how you want to sell yourself. Again, it depends on where you are and what you're looking at achieving. Sometimes, for those who are following me on LinkedIn, sometimes you will notice that I'll put doctor in front of my name. Sometimes it's not there. It depends on which country I am or what I'm doing that particular season or the kind of opportunities I'm looking for and all of that, right? Because if you can be dynamic and there are no lies, that's the worst thing you can do on LinkedIn, tell lies of what you're not. But if you can be dynamic, depending on what opportunities that you need for that season, and that is who you are, is part of the social media game. So you can do that. So you see some people will have doctor before their name, some will have PhD at the end, some will have MBA, some will have CPA, CCM, whatever. Any professional qualification that you have that is a plus to your industry, you can add. Again, we are here from different industries, right? From there, the next important thing that you must get right, which to me is among the top. I think I always say that after you get your cover picture and profile picture right, the second important thing you have to get right is this. Is this short bio that shows what you do. These are those keywords that if somebody reads, they will see that, oh, this is what this person can do in the business. These are the skill sets that this person possesses in the business. This is who this person is if I am working with this person. So this is not where you come to write grammar and all of that. No, this is where you come to write what you can do or the positions that you can fill. Many people get this wrong. So it makes people to lose opportunities because people don't get to, because if somebody is searching, and I'm going to show you how that works. There's a way that people search on LinkedIn. And when they search and you have the right keywords on your bio, that's how they come to you and begin to propose offers to you and opportunities to you. It becomes very easy. So here, and yours must not be many or this and all of that. It must just put what you know that you can do exceptionally well. Now, let me get somebody who is a friend and use him. So let me take Dr. Francis. You see the way he is. It says, enterprise agile coach, agile transformation expert, safe practice consultant, agile coach, change management, agile trainer, safe trainer, author, keynote speaker, Christ follower. You see, all he's doing is telling you the things that he can do and he is doing. So this one is very important, especially if you are the kind of person that you are looking for opportunities that can move you from one level to another. So you need to put those top things that you can do in your bio, because this is where companies have these people that they call them recruiters, they call them hiring managers and all of these people. Their job is to search for people who are talented so they can recruit them or hire them for a project, for an event, or for a job position in their company. Now, when you get that right, the next most important thing that you have to get right on LinkedIn is this about. Now, the relationship that exists between this short bio and the about is that when your bio is good, when this short bio is good and attractive, and anybody who is serious now comes here and read in detail what you are truly capable of. So in this about, this is where you brag about yourself professionally. This is where you truly brand yourself professionally. This is where you demonstrate your capabilities in a way that when somebody reads you, reads what you have done or what you can do, they can now decide and send you an email, or they can decide and send you a message on LinkedIn to talk more with you and provide the opportunity or the offer or whatever they have in mind. So here, this is actually a service that many people provide. There was a time, I think I ended this like 2 years ago. I used to charge 50,000 francs Cameroon money just to write this about. And people that know used to pay for it. Because if somebody reads you about and it's really good, they would definitely like to do business with you. They would like to work with you. They would like to talk with you. They would like to see if you are interested in the offer that they have. You see, LinkedIn is that kind of platform where you sit, you're always getting offers every day if you have a good profile. That's a beautiful thing about LinkedIn, because it is a platform that global companies, national companies, and whoever, they know that if they really want to get good talent, they should be on LinkedIn. And LinkedIn minimizes the issue of receiving 1,000 CVs. So people prefer to come on LinkedIn, search for you, and if you meet their criteria, they read about you, and they send a message if you're interested, or an email, and you guys start the discussion from there. That's the difference, right? So the next thing that you do is you write your experiences. This is nothing too, how do I say? This is nothing too difficult, because you are just writing what you've done. What have you done and where have you done it? What was your position, right? Then you put your education. Where have you had your education and all of that? It could be your first degree, your master's degree, your doctorate degree if you have one, and any other certifications, not certifications, any other education program that you have gone through, you put under education. Now, LinkedIn has a place for licenses and certifications. This is where you do specialized programs where you are given a license or a specialized certifications, right? It could be like me, I've done a couple of certifications with LinkedIn on different topics. You do that, they issue it to you, you add it on your licenses and certification, because these things contribute to the quality of your profile and how LinkedIn propose your profile when people search for you. Not necessarily because you have done their program, but because when you have more licenses and more certifications, the LinkedIn algorithms recognizes that you are a top professional. So they now recommend you. For example, when you are using paid LinkedIn, this is the free LinkedIn. When you are using the paid LinkedIn profile, one thing that paid LinkedIn will do to you is that if there is an opportunity, let's say a job opportunity at the World Bank or anywhere, or somebody has published an opportunity, LinkedIn has this algorithm or this high technology that analyzes your profile and analyzes the opportunity, and then tells you, based on your profile, based on your experience, education, and certifications and skill set, you are among the top 1% for this job. Actually, LinkedIn now tell you the kinds of job and opportunities to apply because of your profile. But you only get that when you're doing the paid LinkedIn. And the paid LinkedIn also benefit recruiters and those who are looking for you. Because when recruiters are looking for people, LinkedIn now also recommend you to them. Oh, there is this professional here and here who is among the top 1% in the talent that you're looking for. So you should check him out. You get a difference. So if you get certifications, you add them here, there will be a plus. Again, you must not have many if you want. I just like to study. I'm a consultant, I'm a coach, I'm an analyst, I am a speaker. So I like to do programs a lot and read a lot just so that I can serve my clients better. So you must not have many like this. After licenses and certifications, the next thing that you can add are your projects. They are very important. Projects that you have completed, they're very important to add, because it moves you from being a theoretical person to being a practical person. There are people that would offer me consulting contracts because of the projects I have on LinkedIn. For those who are university students or university graduates and are just fresh from school, I always recommend put your end of program projects here. Put your HND project, first degree project, MBA thesis or master's thesis here. It's your body of work. It's what you have spent sleepless nights to develop. You created it. And it makes people to see how valuable you can be to the team because you have created something like that. Okay, you can add that there for your good. Volunteering is good. You can add your volunteering where you volunteer for free, all of that. Organizations love that. The next most important thing that you need to get done right is your skills. Like I was saying earlier, and I'll show you how that search works. You need to come under skills and begin. I have added all my 50 skills, so I can no longer really add. But scroll down to skills, and you see an add something like this, a plus button where you can add your skills. Skills are the things that you know that you can do very well. For example, design thinking is a skill. It's one of the thinking processes that you use to create products for customers, right? So if you know that you're good at design thinking, you add it there. Why is it important? Because many a times, people who go on LinkedIn and type, they can type business consultant with design thinking skills. They will do that. You see, so if you are good at certain top skills in your industry, you can add them here. Come here, you add them, and all of that. So it depends on your skills. My job primarily a lot is in consulting, analysis, and coaching, and all of that. So you see skills here that are focusing just on that area. But if you're in agriculture, you're in tech, you're in all of that, you need to identify what are the top skills in your industry and which skills do you have from those top skills, and then you add them here. And one good thing about this is what is called skills gap analysis. Skills gap analysis will help you to understand top skills in your industry and the ones you don't have, and you can start taking courses. That's one good thing with paid LinkedIn. Paid LinkedIn gives you access to a lot of courses for free when you're using the paid LinkedIn. Most of these courses that I've done on LinkedIn, I did paid LinkedIn just for about 3 months, and the purpose was for me to take a lot of online courses. They have some of the best courses in the world on LinkedIn. You see, so you can do that. Then you come here and you add your skills. What are the top skills? Skills, not theoretical stuff, things that you can actually do. If somebody comes and, oh, Javed can do root cause analysis, fine, let us hire him. Our company has a couple of problems and we need somebody with root cause analysis skills to solve this problem. Then they now hire me as a consultant to come and do it. Right? It's very important. Project tracking, retrospective, business requirements, these are all different skills, and you can do that. So these are the things that you have to get right. Recommendations are where you invite people to write recommendations for you. They're very important. You can have people that can write recommendations for you, be good. This recommendation was written to me by Honorary Consul of Malawi to the State of Israel. He wrote we did a project together. I was working one project, he was there and he liked it. This is a top diplomat, and he wrote that. So different people, I have never really invited people to write recommendations, but it's very important. The more recommendations you have written by other people about you, the more your profile also becomes more powerful. It's just that I have not dedicated a lot of time on it. Another part is publications. Here you can add if you have done books, if you have done you can put your papers here, articles, you can put them here. People can read if they have to, but just add it for your profile. Awards, there's a place for awards. You can add your awards here. If you have won awards in school, out of school, professional awards, wherever, you add it, all of that. Again, the aim, these things are there. If anything that you see that LinkedIn has put there is important, if you can make good use of it, do. It's going to help you. Organizations are where you belong. If you belong in professional organizations, you can add them here. If you belong in doctors associations, you can add them here. If you belong in Software Developers Association of Africa, you add it here. If you belong wherever you belong, you add it here. And I've not added, again, you know, you never get your, I've been on LinkedIn since 2009. But to date, I have not completely edited my LinkedIn profile to the best of the best according to LinkedIn standard, right? So it's not something that you do overnight. But if you, every day you have the time, you can keep on upgrading, keep on perfecting it as much as you can. But there are things that the most important things I have shown you, I feel that with the kind of success I have had on LinkedIn, these things have greatly helped me to do that. Now, let me take you now to show you proof of why the things I have shown you are important. Now, when we come here, one thing I didn't talk about, which is important, because you see post impressions. If you're on LinkedIn and you want to gain attention on LinkedIn, one thing you must be good at is creating content. And LinkedIn is the worst place to create any type of content. The best content that will make you stand out on LinkedIn is content that relates to your profession, to your industry. You cannot just post any kind of thing on LinkedIn. No. If your profile said you are a business analyst, then content that you should post should revolve around business analysis. If your profile says that you're a consultant, you're a business developer, the content that you should post should revolve around that. Because if your profile says you are this and you're instead posting things about agriculture, you're confusing the LinkedIn algorithms. And you're confusing people who are going to follow you because they will read your post. This post sounds very intelligent. Go and read further. Let me go to this man's profile and see who he is, really. Maybe I can work with this guy someday. That's how people reason. So that's why I started by saying earlier, one of the best things that you can do as a professional is to pick an industry where you desire to be recognized as a professional and begin to grow in that industry. And one thing that makes anybody a professional is the quality of knowledge that they share in that industry. And here's one trick I always give people. Many a times, if you are not a good writer, you can decide to share other people's write-ups. But don't take credit for it. If you share with their names, share with the same thing that you shared, you can just click share and share. The point is also be the person that, you're feeding LinkedIn with some content. Because LinkedIn likes people that share content. That's the point, right? So you are seeing this post impression. It means that 22,000 people, saw my post or came across my post in the last couple of days, all of that. But the main thing I want to show you is this. It's this and this. Profile viewers and search appearances. So according to LinkedIn, in the last 90 days, 1,200 people have viewed my profile. Like I was just telling you guys that 3 days ago, I received an invitation to go speak in Canada, in maybe Ontario or Toronto again, because somebody read a post that I posted about 5 days ago. And I was telling you guys the relationship. Here's what happens. When somebody reads a post that you post, the next thing they do is they come and click on your profile. Let's say this is the person's homepage. This is the person's homepage. And they stumble on your post like this. The next immediate thing they do is they will come and click on your name. So anytime somebody reads a post or anytime they do a search and they like what they see, what happens is they'll come and click. So what are they looking for? They're clicking to read more about who is this guy, what does he do? And when they read that, they come down here under about and they read in detail about. If they're interested and they love what they read, what happens is they will get my email and send me an email, or they will go to message and send me a message. So that is why you're seeing 1,238 profile views in the last 90 days. Let me ask you a question. If you have a good profile, you have good stuff and all of that, Do you think that out of 1,200 people who read my profile, nobody will enter my inbox and offer me something? It's impossible. Except that village people are after your destiny, right? That's the power of it. That's the power of it. So I always have invitations. I always have job. I've had, like in Cameroon, I've had job offers from different. Look at people working MTN. Search my profile in the last 90 days, and I've had job offers from MTN, UBA, all these top companies that I'm not interested in. But you see, they'll give you these details. They are blocking this because I can only this special benefit is only available to how do they call it again? To the paid LinkedIn. When you have the paid LinkedIn, now you can now see in details who is the person that searched. So what happens is, if you're a serious person, when like for example, when I'm looking at this, if I see a particular big company around the world that the searcher worked there and you search me and I admire that company, I'll now be the one who reach out inbox to you. Hey, I noticed that you search my profile. Is there a project we can work on? Is there anything? You just start a discussion and see why they were searching for you. But many a time when they search, they will reach back to you if they need you. But sometimes when you do a follow-up after the search, they will see that you're a proactive person, you're a serious person, and you know what you're doing. You see, this is where another advantage of having the paid LinkedIn come in. You will know who searched you, where they work in detail, and what they do, and you can decide to reach out to them. You see, so that is the power of having, but you can only have this if you have a good profile. The more good profile you have, the more people can give you opportunities after reading about you. The second thing that is important about your profile is your search appearances. You will only appear on search appearances if you also have a good profile. And the good thing about the good profile I spoke about is keywords. You must have keywords. Keywords in your profile. Keywords are those major words that are popular in your industry. You see, so search appearances between November 28th and December 5th. So they will still send results for the Western, I think, after 7 days and all of that. So this is search appearances between November 28th and December 5th. This is December 9th. So the one for this week is still going to come up. So here you can begin to see that the people that search me, they use these keywords. They were looking at for business analyst, associate, requirements manager, construction project coordinator, regional project manager, and all of that. So these are the key titles that they found me in. When you come under here, you will now see that top companies where the searchers work. See, these are global companies, the Dow, McKinsey and Company. Maybe they want to recruit a consultant in one of their partners' office. I don't know. You see, somebody who works in Google, search for me. Canada Revenue Agency. You see, that's why sometimes you just see that I see invitations from different countries around the world coming, because you never know where they're searching for you. You just see somebody from a top company in New York, in Chicago, in Washington, in Paris, in London. They will just send you an email. That's why I spoke about when I started earlier, and I said, if you are going to go places, you need to understand how to get access to people, strategic information, and platforms. Anybody who is doing better than you in any industry knows how to use these three things better than you. And one good thing about LinkedIn is, if you spend time to know more about, and LinkedIn is very simple, it's just dedication. It's just that people run away from LinkedIn because it's too professional, and the way people communicate is too high profile communication. People create content that is highly profile. People now begin to wonder, oh, how will I cope? Your job is to grow. Your job is not to compete with other people. You see, you look at that, and if I was having the paid profile now, I would have seen, who one person who works at Google search for me, who is that? And if I'm serious and really want that relationship and that opportunity, I will now send the person a message. Oh, I noticed you search for me and all of that. Is there something you want us to talk about? And sometimes those discussions always lead to something relevant and something powerful. Okay, so this is it. These are the core things that if you are going to get successful on LinkedIn, you need to get them. If you get these things I've shared with you right, every other thing will start falling into place. Okay, right. I would like to get questions and then we are good to go. I have over-exhausted my time, but I was trying my best as much as possible to be as practical as possible. And I hope that it made some sense. And I hope that what I was trying to show you, you got it. But here's one thing about any platform. You would never know any platform until you spend time on that platform. Nobody ever taught me about LinkedIn. I learned everything that I do on LinkedIn on my own. But because I discovered long ago that it's a very powerful platform that can take me places. There's no way that I can talk about my international exposure, international travel without LinkedIn. There's no way. There's no way. And I was not even using, I only used paid LinkedIn for the first time last 3 months. I've been on LinkedIn since 2009. I have never used paid LinkedIn. So it's the free version on its own is still a gold mine. Okay, so stop thinking as if, no, I don't have money to pay. No, it's free first. I used it for almost 15 years without ever paying anything. And it helped me, it changed my career. So it can do something for you. You don't need to pay. Except you want to use it in a bigger way that you can then decide to pay if you want to do that. Okay, good. So, questions. I have, my goodness, I have 10 minutes for questions and I'm done. Questions? How do you guys do questions? Yes.
All right. So please, if you have any questions, kindly raise your hands. Thank you so much, Dr. Joybert. Just kindly raise your hand, or you could just drop an I in the chat, and we're going to give you the floor to ask your question, and Dr. Joybert is going to respond to you. Thank you. Yes, please. Mr. Jamin, you have the mic, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Sama, for giving me the floor. Thank you very much, Dr. Joybert and Dr. Yang, for this great insight that you have been able to give an audience like me. I so much use LinkedIn, and I think that it is a platform that actually adds a value. It actually adds, a lot of purpose to what I do. And I just wish to find out, as far as searching for maybe a job or optimizing your profile in such a way that a potential employer or someone who really wants to do business with you is concerned. So if I am applying for a job, for example, and I know, of course, it is but important that I tilt my my experiences for the job that I'm searching for. So is it from time to time, or that is it during that period whereby I also need to come to my LinkedIn profile and also optimize it to suit what I'm applying for, just in case the applicant or the employer is using maybe LinkedIn to be able to trace what is on my profile with what is on my CV. So is it like I should always consider the habit of doing that often when I'm applying for a position? Thank you, Doc.
Okay. Good question. Thank you. Now, one thing about job application is that, especially internationally, professionals are always key players in particular industries. So, for example, if you are applying for, let's say you're a project management professionals. There are project managers who focus on tech. There are project managers who focus on nonprofit. There are project managers who are in agriculture and all of that. So the main goal is, especially internationally, one thing I've noticed is that people are professionals in a particular sector. So if you are applying for a job, let's say practical. What is your skill set? Let me use you practically. What's your skill set?
Okay, Doc. I'm a public health, or I have a master's in public health, and I'm also into community engagement, and I'm an advocate for NTBs and mental health.
Okay, so you are in healthcare. You're in the healthcare industry and community development, right? So the main thing is when recruiters are recruiting, they're looking for industry players. So you can be, if your skill set cuts across community development and healthcare stuff and all of that, as long as they can find that skill set and that experience in your profile and in your CV. And many times, the good thing is your LinkedIn profile can always have more information than your CV actually. So it is better that whatever is in your CV, let them find in your LinkedIn profile, and let your LinkedIn profile now oversell you, because you can write more about yourself on LinkedIn than you can write on your CV. But the point is, whatever they see on your CV, let them see on your LinkedIn profile. That is the point. So it is possible to even have 3 types of CV. You can have a CV that sells you as a community developer, and you can have a CV that sells you as a public health advocate. You can have a CV that sells you as a nurse in a hospital. And whichever CV a recruiter picks and they come on LinkedIn, for example, I have a CV that sells me as a consultant. If you look at the top, you will just see business consultant. That is it, nothing else. But my LinkedIn has more than that. There's another CV that you will see that has me as an agile business analyst. So when I see a contract position or whatever position is that, I send me that CV. But when they come on my LinkedIn, they'll see, oh, this guy has other skills. And of course, who doesn't like to work with somebody who is multidimensional and can bring more value to the company? You get it? You get where I'm taking you to? So that's what you should do.
Exactly.
Awesome. Another question? Okay, it seems there are no questions. All right, everybody, thank you so much for the time and the opportunity to share. And again, I always like to say that anytime you're in a teaching session like this, no matter who is teaching you, always make sure that you do 2 things after each session. Write down the things that you will stop doing because of what you learned in that session, and write down the things that you will start doing based on what you learned from this session. So my question to you is, what will you start doing on LinkedIn because of what you have learned from this session, right? And anybody that you see that is achieving more results, one of the things that makes them different from you is that they are good at executing. Relevant knowledge is useless if you don't go put it to action. All of these things I have shared with you, no matter how beautiful they sound and how great they sound and how they have changed my life, if you don't go execute them immediately, you remain the same. And anybody who executes it would definitely move faster than you. All right, so put it to action, implement it, and you would definitely start seeing changes in your career and whatever you're doing. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great time.
Thank you very much, Dr. Joybert. We are so grateful for the wealth of knowledge that you've shared with us today. And we look forward to our audience, implementing, myself inclusive. I've taken down a lot of notes, to be able to improve on my career and my business. We have Prosper. Prosper has a feedback. Yes, Mr. C Images. Oh, that's not your real name. Yes, you have a feedback. If you have a feedback, you have the mic, please.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Joybert, and thank you, everybody. Just a slight feedback. Please, if you're in the US and you are using LinkedIn, and you have a family member that is in the US military, reserve or no reserve, LinkedIn will give you 1 year premium plan. So this is an opportunity that most people don't know about it. If you're in the US or you have a friend who's in the US who is using LinkedIn and need a premium plan, if maybe the husband or the wife is in the military or the father is in the military and they have the military ID card, the spouse ID card, inform them they can have 1 year premium LinkedIn, just like me. I have 1 year plus premium LinkedIn. So it's important for me that most people don't know about it.
Thank you so much for that valuable contribution, Mr. C. Images. We would love to even have your face, have your name, so we can address you by your face and your name, right? If that were possible, it would be great. Thank you so much for that valuable contribution. Okay, thank you. All right, you're muted. You're muted.
All right, do the first, Mr. Siri Fonjo.
Okay, cool. So thank you guys. So at this point in time, thank you all for the feedback. Thank you for the appreciation to Dr. Joybert. You can now use this moment as we wrap up in the next 3 minutes. Just drop your LinkedIn URL. If you're on LinkedIn already, just drop your LinkedIn URL in the chat so others can be able to connect with you. You can connect with me. I'll just equally drop my LinkedIn URL in the chat right away. Let's connect. You never know. The next person who is going to bring a breakthrough to your career, to your business, could be just a LinkedIn connection away. All right, guys. Thank you very much, Dr. Joybert, and do have a great day. We have officially come to an end of this session. Kindly connect on LinkedIn and see you over to our subsequent workshops. Keep an eye on, thank you, Dr. Joybert. Keep an eye on our pages. We're on LinkedIn. Keep an eye. We have a WhatsApp group. For those who are not in the WhatsApp group, I think probably you should be if you actually had access to this link. But if you're not in the WhatsApp group, in a few seconds, I would, Prof. Eric, if you can have access to the WhatsApp group URL, please kindly drop in the chat. So those who are not in the WhatsApp group can join the WhatsApp group right now. It's an inclusive WhatsApp group just for those who are committed, to self-growth and self-development, and look forward to being a part of the programs we offer. Our subsequent programs, we're actually running some projects in the cloud, and we're going to equally be updating people on what the cloud is all about and DevOps for those who maybe want to transition from maybe non-tech careers or from tech careers into the cloud and DevOps and all of that. So stay glued to our pages, and when next you have updates on our subsequent programs, make sure you don't come here and get this information alone. You want to share with your friends, you want to share with your communities. Thank you very much. And it's on this note that we're going to come to an end of this session. Do have a great day, guys, and see you on the other side of success. Goodbye. You can unmute yourself. Oh, before we do that, maybe just come on camera. Let's take a picture to immortalize this day. Just come on camera. Those who can come on camera, let's immortalize this day. Those who can be on camera, let's be on camera to immortalize this day. Thank you. Let's immortalize this day. In a few seconds, we'll just grab a screenshot. Mr. C, those who can be on camera, please just be on camera. Let's grab a screenshot, right? So you can use this. See, these pictures, one of the things I've learned and which I do very often is to document my journey. You can go tell people I attended the workshop with SolarVis, but the question is, can you show us proof that you actually did? And just a simple picture that you could take from here, a screenshot you could take from here, you could go on LinkedIn, you start by implementing what you've learned, you post out the lessons you learned, and probably the pictures where Dr. Joybert was sharing, that could open doors for opportunities for you. So in the next 5 seconds, I'm going to grab a screenshot. Let's wear a smile. So 3, 2, 1. There we go. Okay, 1 second, guys. I'll take another screen. So 3, 2, 1. Perfect. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And see you on the other side of success, guys. Have a great day. Goodbye.